All righty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming through on this Monday night. Monday night's always the graveyard shift, especially with a long weekend coming up in the distance. If you've been here on Saturday, you would have been sitting outside the front door trying to see in. But I'm glad that you did come here this evening, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live from around the country and the world tonight. We are very excited about what's happening at DuePoint, and tonight I hope to share some of that excitement with you over the next sort of 40-45 minutes. To start with, understand who DuePoint is. DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are both a listed and licensed life, short and medical term insurance company. You can see all of our certificates outside on the wall, and of course you can find everything you need to know about DuePoint and Constantia online at the moment. We like to tell you all of this because in the current economic situation that we find ourselves in South Africa, we often find things kind of blowing in from offshore, sticking around for a few weeks, taking everybody's money, and then blowing back offshore again. We want you to know that this is a homegrown South African company. First started in 1952. We're 66 years old this year. A 7-decade-old insurance company is not a here today, gone tomorrow entity. We're a well-established financial services provider in South Africa. There's our FSP number. We want you to have comfort with who you're dealing with here this evening. We also want you to know that we are a business made up of real people. I think I was laughing with one of my guys this afternoon. We're constantly hearing these days of these businesses that are run by made-up Facebook characters. You know, you can just make a page up and pretend to be that person. Well, here you can see I'm not a CGI, a computer-generated a character. I'm very real. I'm standing right here, as well as all my staff members. You would have seen some of them outside already, and if you stick around, you'll see all of us here in the passages. Tonight, you're spending time with me, Brendan Benfield. I'm the senior executive here, and you are very fortunate to be with me this evening because there's only two people that present here, and I'm much better than Rob, who does the other presentations. So it's a good evening to have come on. Guys, what do we do here at DuePoint? Well, our primary objective and the reason for our existence is that we want to put into the hands of South Africans a tool that they can control and use to create their own recurring, reliable and steadfast income. This is something that has been missing in the South African circumstance for a long, long time. If you're full-time employed right now, you know that you do not have control over your income. Someone else tells you what increase you're going to get, how much you're going to earn, what bonus you're going to get, and whether you get promoted or fired. Someone else has that control. You never get any vote or say in that. Now, at the same time, we're living in an economy that is literally spiraling out of control with regard to cost. You would have seen the last 2 years our economy has shrunk. That means less jobs are available because less businesses are now open than there were even 2 years ago. And yet, every single week, I'm seeing prices going up and going up and going up. Just a month ago, petrol price was about 13 Rand 50, I think, maybe 13 Rand 80. I filled up this afternoon, it's now 14.48. 4 weeks have passed and the petrol price has increased by nearly R1. They told us it was only going to go up by 52 cents, so I don't know what's happening out there. Maybe it's the extra VAT as well that we got as our Easter present this year. Did you guys get a 7% raise on the 1st of April? Is it you didn't? I don't understand why not. Prices all went up 7% on the 1st of April as a result of the move in VAT and petrol price. We have no control over our economy and we have no control over our income, and this leaves a gap. There is a gap always between what we earn and what we spend. In fact, one of the chaps I was chatting to this afternoon has got a very, very good job and he's been very well kept by the company that he's with, and he says to me, Brendan, I still can't make ends meet. I've got to put 2 kids through school, and the school fees alone keep me up at night. And so what he has done to this point, as every single one of us does, is we go out and we plug all the holes with debt. This is something we're all professionals at. I don't even need to talk to you about. You guys could go to the Olympics with regard to debt and probably walk away with gold medals. We, in South Africa, have invented so many forms of debt that other countries in the world come to us to work out how we do it. I'm not kidding. That's a real fact. Other countries come and say, oh, that's a good idea. We'll use that in our country. We've had to make these things up just to survive. This is not something unique to you. You don't have to be ashamed by it. It is the entire nation that lives like this because we do not earn enough to cover the costs of living in South Africa. This is the reason why DuePoint was founded. You'll get confused later on. You'll try and remember that you'll think that we're an insurance company trying to sell insurance products. We are not. The very reason for our existence is to put a proper economic and viable solution in the hands of South Africans. It separates us from every other business right now in South Africa. That's our primary objective. Our secondary objective is to open a window to the average South African to be able to see in and participate again in the financial services space in South Africa. We plug all of our customers into the heart of our business so that they are connected to us 24 hours a day, able to understand an industry that they have not been able to move into because of the levels of regulation in this industry. With those two objectives put together, we have created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system is very simple. What it does is allows you as individuals to contract with us as wealth engineers. As wealth engineers, you're given one task here at DuePoint. It's not selling, it's not advertising, and it's not advising. You are left with one task, the task of simply connecting individuals to us. All the people you know, all the people you're going to know. As you connect them to us, you're able to give us greater market penetration, which allows us to facilitate the purchase of our products here at DuePoint to more people. When we do that, we create an extra recurring income for you out of the revenue that we produce. Now, what is critical to understand is if we were going to create a proper economic and viable solution for South Africans, we couldn't be another one of these systems where you have to run around and sell things, selling pots, pans, creams, all these sorts of things, because that doesn't create income. That creates on-the-spot money. You sell it now, you get 10 Rand. You sell it tomorrow, you get 50 Rand maybe. But in the months where you can't sell because you're sick, overworked, or on holiday, your income is gone. We create wealth at DuePoint. Wealth is recurring income, income that comes in every month on a reliable, steadfast basis. We do this off of the back of financial services and lifestyle products. These run on automatic debit order systems, which means that no matter what your personal circumstances are in any given month, our debit orders run. And when they run, your income comes in. This changes everything about the economic position of all individuals in South Africa. Now they can start budgeting and planning because they understand the income that is coming in. We wrap this in our system with your ability to duplicate yourself and leverage others. We know that you can only do so much in a day, so we allow you to create teams here at DuePoint. We call them channels, and these channels go out and create further market penetration for us and you in the development of your income here, allowing you to create income pretty much on a 24-hour-a-day basis. Now, what's important to note is that at DuePoint, this is not an employment opportunity. We don't hire anybody here. This is a tool that we put in your hands, and you remain completely independent of us. You use the tool as and when you want. You can use it a little bit or a lot or not at all. That will always be your decision here. But it is not a risk decision to become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. We do not charge you any money at any stage to be a wealth engineer. Remember, we're not just another thing. We're not just another system that you've heard of. This is something completely different. If we were going to create proper economic viability for South Africans, we couldn't come to them and say, no, you've got to pay, $80 to buy a kit, or $249 to start, or 35,000 Rand to buy the mining equipment, or et cetera, et cetera. This doesn't work in the South African economic context. And so there are no starter kits, no starter costs, no application form fees, no monthly admin, sales, marketing fees. There is no cost for being a wealth engineer, and therefore this evening you are not making an economic, a financial risk decision. By simply being a product owner at DuePoint, you're automatically a wealth engineer at no additional cost. Now, in addition, it should be noticed, because you're not selling, in fact, we contract you out of selling. And because you're not advising, you're not an intermediary, you're not a broker, you're not an agent, and you're not advertising in any way, shape, or form, everybody in South Africa can be a wealth engineer. It is not limited to any specific group. And it means that everybody is now in the position to be able to build a real asset. Now, that term gets bandied about a lot on the internet. Work from home, create an asset, etc., etc. But when you are selling a goodie, you never ever create an asset. But here at DuePoint, because we have a generational legacy outset, we are looking, or outlook, we are looking at what we can do not only for this generation, but for the generations to come. We have created a system where you are able to create a recurring income, and because you've got a recurring income, you can now price your teams. And when you can price your teams, you can actually sell the channel you have built with us here at DuePoint. And when you pass away one day, it will be transferred to your children, which means that the income that you've created in your lifetime will now be earned by your children. They can choose to grow the asset further. Whether they do so or not, when they pass away, that asset will pass on to your grandchildren, and so on and so on. This is not just for 5 minutes. We're a 70-year-old insurance company. We have a long-term view of what we're trying to achieve with the DuePoint system here today. Now, folks, we have built this system on the back of convenience for South Africans. We understand how most people carry tremendous stigma around network marketing and direct selling. We understand this. People think all sorts of things. I just heard a list of extra excuses this afternoon and reasons why not to do this, all of which are just based off of the back of stigma. We understand that. And so in the DuePoint system, we eliminated all sorts of things. Firstly, selling. No more selling, no more embarrassing yourself in front of your friends. Absolutely zero selling in the DuePoint system. Secondly, no more presenting. You never have to get up and present anything. You don't have to learn about the products. You don't have to become an expert at public speaking. All of that has been eliminated in our system. There's only 2 people that present. As I said, myself and Rob, and tonight you've got the better of the 2. And through our technology, we're in your pocket 24 hours a day, no matter where you are in the country. You never, ever have to do any convincing or presenting in the DuePoint system. And as I've said already, we don't sell goodies here, so you never, ever have to buy a bucky or a special fridge at home or anything like that. And there's certainly no storeroom here where you come and load the products onto the back of your bucky each month. It is a system of absolute convenience, and it is a system that leaves you with that one task, the task of connecting individuals to us. How do you connect people to us? Well, there's 4 ways. First way, you go to our information counter and you buy a USB stick. It's 170 Rand. On it is our presentation, and you can plug it into any smart TV or computer, and there we are doing the presentation for you. Otherwise, number 2, if you're in the area, you can come to one of our live presentations here. Monday through Saturday we present. Every single week of the year. Night times, lunch times, mornings. Go to our website, look it up on our app, find the spot where we're presenting, bring your friends, your family, your associates, and we'll present to them here. Number 3, the most important way of connecting people to DuePoint, and the one that makes us nationwide, is our YouTube channel. You go to YouTube, search DuePoint, you will find every presentation we've ever made. Even this evening's presentation will be there straight afterwards. You can pick your favorite one, and it means that no matter where you are in the country, no matter what day of the year it is or what time of the day it is, 3 o'clock in the morning, I've got full makeup on and I'm ready to do the presentation for you. Anytime, anywhere, you push play. So people say to me often, Brendan, how do I convince people to come here? You don't convince people to come to DuePoint. At DuePoint, you go, do you require extra income? Yes. Click. That's what you do. Then they go, no, I don't want to watch the video. I want a summary. No problem. Here's a summary. Click. Tell me about the products. No problem. Click. That's all you do. Everything that you need is on our YouTube channel and in your phone app. The entire DuePoint system exists in your phone, and it means that you are capable of building a nationwide channel with DuePoint without ever returning to this head office. In fact, tomorrow night, we'll talk about it a little bit later, we've got Tell All Tuesday, we've got people from around the country coming up to be on the stage to talk about how they've built this channel, their channels around South Africa, without ever needing to come to the office, without ever needing to come here. It's a very powerful tool. And then the 4th way of connecting people to DuePoint is through our live broadcasts. Every one of our presentations is broadcast live around the country, which means that if you know when we're live and you're stuck at work or at home or wherever you may be, you simply pull out your phone, your tablet, your TV, you click play, and you are live in the room with us. Gather your work associates around you, gather your friends around you, and you can see and be with us in this room 6 days a week. We are the only company that we know of that produces daily content and airs it live, other than SABC and DSTV. So welcome to the future DSTV, ladies and gentlemen. When you do this and you connect individuals to DuePoint, some of them, not all of them, some of them are going to catch the vision of what we're trying to do here. And when they do, they become wealth engineers, and we allocate them to you, and your channel is born. These folk will go out and do the same thing. They will connect people to DuePoint through those 4 ways. And again, some will become wealth engineers. And again, we will allocate them to you. This process reveals and repeats itself over and over again as your channel spreads out across the country over time. We as DuePoint then come along and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel. You do not do any selling, and your income is now born. What is very important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is not a pyramid scheme, and it is not a Ponzi scheme, and it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, much to the disappointment of most people who come to this presentation. Most South Africans, as you know, are in a particularly hard set of circumstances, and as a result, they want to get rich now. Unfortunately, if anybody promises you that, they are lying. In the DuePoint system, we go to great lengths to explain to you that there is a price to pay for creating wealth at DuePoint. It is not money. We have eliminated that in our system. It is time. 2 ingredients, we always say. Time and numbers at DuePoint is what is required to create wealth. But we create lifetime wealth here. So while we don't promise you to be on 100,000 Rand in 90 days, as you may see on Facebook, no, we promise you a lifetime of wealth where you commit time and energy and thought and persistence to creating channels with us. Those channels allow us to facilitate the first mechanism of our system, and that is the facilitation of the purchase of our products. We've got 3 products here at DuePoint, and again, this is the point at which people get confused. They think that this is what we do here. What do we do at DuePoint? Quick pop quiz. What do we do at DuePoint? I've been saying it all night long. No, create wealth. Eric, fail. We create wealth. This is the mechanism by which we do it. The first product that we facilitate the purchase of is our Access Wealth plan. Our Access Wealth plan for 324 Rand a month gives you access to 2 products. The first is your very own tax-free investment account. We take 100 Rand of your 324 Rand, only 100 guys, not the full 324. We take 100 Rand and we put it every month into your investment account. Okay, this is a no notice, no restriction period, no penalty account, which means that the money is immediately available to you. Now, we don't want you to use it like a transactional account. Put in my 100, take it out, put in my 100, take it out. This is part of wealth generation at DuePoint. We want you to put it in and save it in there. I get nothing out of it. DuePoint gets nothing out of it. It is your opportunity to create wealth with us here. The second product that you get access to is our personal accident cover. You get 120,000 Rand of it for the remaining 224 Rand a month. This means that when you pass away from an accident, your beneficiaries get 120,000 Rand and the value of your investment with us. The next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 299 Rand a month, and it gives you 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. This means that no matter what age you are, no matter your pre-existing conditions, no matter what your job specification is, and without any waiting period, 299 Rand a month, and you are under cover for 1.2 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, folks, what is the reason? What is our primary objective here at DuePoint? It is to create wealth. As a result, none of our products include cover for illness or natural causes, because as soon as we add those to our products, half the people you bring, maybe even more, that you bring to DuePoint and try and put into your business to create wealth, we won't be able to accept here because they'll be too old, too sick, or too risky. But now, because we cover you for personal accident only, every single individual you bring here, no matter their personal circumstances, is immediately under cover for 299 Rand a month. Our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 299 Rand a month. For that, you get access to our leverage in the economy in South Africa. As a 7-decade-old insurance company, we go to suppliers all the time. They give us prices, discounts, packages, account managers, special services and treatment that you couldn't get as an individual. We now give you access to the entire list of suppliers that we have every month for 299 Rand a month. If you want to know how to use this product, there are 3 videos on our YouTube channel. One's 3 minutes, one's 8 minutes, and one's 27 minutes. It just depends on how much detail you want to go in. That'll show you how you can completely change your personal economic position by using this product every single month. We love it. In there we've got retail stores, motor manufacturers, gyms, travel agencies, online stores. You name it, it's all in there, and you get full access every month for 299 Rand. All right, now, people ask me the question, how do we fund this model? How does this thing work? I've done the maths, Brendan, and it doesn't work. Okay, well, good news is we did the maths too quite a few years ago, and it seems to be working quite well. Effectively, in the traditional banking and insurance space, we spend a hell of a lot of money trying to get you to connect to us through advertising. Hundreds of millions a month is spent on TV adverts, billboards, the radio adverts, SMS campaigns, SEO, bathrooms. Wherever we can stick an advert, we stick the advert on so that we can get you to connect with us. How do we pay for that? We build it into the price of your product. Every month when you pay your banking fees, your funeral cover, your car insurance, 30 to 50% of it is next month's marketing. It's simply paying every month for next month's adverts to you. Now, at DuePoint, we do exactly the same thing. The only difference is we do zero advertising. That's why you've never heard of us before tonight. We use you to connect people to us. And therefore, all that money that we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, Prime Media, etc., is now available to you and your channel in our model. And this allows us to facilitate the second mechanic of our system, and that is the wealth creation for you. We do this in two ways. Firstly, through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 for every product payment made in your channel, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So, in simple terms, you go out, you chat to a few of your friends. Some become wealth engineers, pay for their product, and you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. 55 Rand for every product, not person. You can bring 10,000 people here. If they don't pay for their product, you get nothing. But for every product payment that's made in your channel, you get 55 Rand. Now, this puts you in a unique position of power because these individuals can take more than one product. If they take 2, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3, you get 165 Rand every single month. Now, one of the hurdles that we often have to overcome at DuePoint is that individuals who are in a desperate financial situation want money now. And they go, 55 Rand, that's not enough. I need 500 Rand now. Folks, I can give you 500 Rand now, or I can give you 55 Rand every single month for the rest of your life. Which one do you think is more valuable? We create wealth here, not money. On-the-spot money does not change your circumstances. What we create is a wealth that's there every month into the future. Now, some of these folk will go out, they will add a few more people, some will become wealth engineers. They'll make their product payment, and again, you'll get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand again. In this particular example, you've put a handful of people into your channel, and you are now earning just under 1,000 Rand a month. That's 12,000 Rand a year that you have added to a household income. Nobody quits their job to become a wealth engineer, guys. This is the add-on. It's what you take your spare time with to do. You add it on, and it creates additional income to bridge that gap again that we were talking about earlier. Now you spend a bit more time and a little bit more effort in growing your channel. As you do, you start to earn on a diminishing basis to the 8th point. From the 8th point, though, onwards, you have unlimited earning potential at DuePoint. This is how we're creating that generational legacy. Every payment on every point thereafter, you can earn on as long as you qualify to earn. How do you qualify to earn? You go and watch our 6-minute YouTube video. That's how long it takes me to explain it to you. 6 minutes, and you will understand how you have now got something that can be handed from generation to generation, because you can build your channel as big as you want and earn on every single point as long as you qualify to earn. So what does this translate to on the ground? What are the rands and cents in our rewards program, in our returns program? Well, it's very difficult for me to answer because, again, we are extremely honest here. This is the thing that we do. And because I'm honest, I'm going to tell you that every single one of you is going to build at a different rate, so I can't tell you how much you're going to earn. Many of you are going to do nothing. Okay, I don't know why, but I can't force you to do anything with this tool. Some will do a little bit, some will shoot the lights out. So what we did is we took 20 years of data and we calculated what we think is a very conservative and realistic growth rate formula for you as a new wealth engineer. We call it the 3+2 growth rate formula. It says in your first month with us, because you don't have a lot of time, you've got a job and you're busy, you put just 3 people on your first point in your first month with us. You've got 4 weeks to find 3 people. We think that's pretty conservative. Wealth engineers would have seen our movers and shakers report. 30 people is what our top guys will do in a month. So 3 we think is quite doable. Then +2 every month thereafter, you are responsible for putting 2 people in. 2 people every single month thereafter. This is where the persistency comes in. This is where the endurance comes in. If you want to create lifetime wealth, you've got to add 2 people every month, 1 every 14 days. If you can do that and work with your teams to do the same, and we add lapses and cancellation rates, all sorts of actuarial mathematics into it, we believe that over 6 months you can reasonably expect to be earning about 2,500 Rand a month. Do you see again how we don't do this flagrant marketing of 100,000 Rand after 3 months? No, I'm telling you realistically that if you do minimal effort, after 6 months you'll get minimum pay, which is 2,500 Rand a month. But that translates into 30,000 Rand a year extra income that you have now created for yourself. You still got your job, you're still earning that, but this is an extra 2,500 that now comes in every single month. If you're able to do another 6 months with us, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, that will rise to about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month, quite conservatively. 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month is 120,000 Rand a year that you have now created for your household. You're paying off school fees, you're settling bonds, you're doing things that properly equip South Africans. You see, people say, no, I want 100,000 Rand a month. No, you don't want 100,000 Rand a month. You just need an extra 5,000 or 10,000 Rand a month, and everything changes. Everything in your personal economic position changes. But perhaps you're strong enough to keep going. 2 years down, if you can continue to be persistent, to fight through the ups and downs, the disappointments of people and their promises, after 2 years, we believe that you can reasonably expect to be on about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month is 360,000 Rand a year. Very few people in South Africa will ever earn that as a salary. Very few. You've done it in 2 years with DuePoint. If you can do a 3rd year with us, it will rise to 45,000 Rand a month. 4 years with us, and it'll be sitting on about 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do half a decade with us, we believe quite conservatively that you should be on about 80,000 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You are now part of the top 0.5% of earners in South Africa, and you've done it in 5 years. Now, I get mixed responses to this. One of the standard responses is, Brendan, the problem with DuePoint is you earn too slowly. These are the people who are thinking about I need the 500 Rand right now. Folks, how many years have you spent in employment? How many years have you spent employed? Have you got richer during your employment? Generally, people get poorer because your increases are not matching inflation. But you are happy every day to go back. You're going to go back there tomorrow, aren't you? Smiles on your faces to do the work again every single day. And yet when DuePoint says, can you give us 5 years? You go, I'm sorry, it takes too long. No, folks, 5 years is nothing, but you do need to commit. That is the price you will pay. We do not advertise falsely here. We do not tell you we'll make you rich in 3 months. We can. We have people who have got very wealthy very quickly with us. But that's not what we advertise. We're going to tell you realistically, you're going to have to put energy and effort and time into this business. But if you do, everything changes. Not just for that day, but for every month thereafter. Is this working on the ground? You betcha. We put people up on the stage every single month. Not the high flyers, just the regular folk on the ground using their spare time to use this tool to make income. We've got this month, in fact tomorrow night, as I said, we've got a bunch more coming up, but tonight we're still using last month's guys. Last month's guys, Bridget and George Buerta, Port Elizabeth. Built their channel miles away from the head office. So if anybody says to you, I can't build it because Joburg's head office is too far away, nonsense. George and Bridget, who are in pensionable age, started building 12 months ago. They are part of our 1+1 club. They only put one person in a month, all right? And yet they have built an income for themselves of 5,500 Rand a month. That sure beats the 1,800 Rand state pension, doesn't it? 5,500 in 1 year with us at one person a month, and over the course of that year, they earned 33,000 Rand from DuePoint. From naught to where they are now, they got 33,000 Rand. They are quite happy to continue taking 5,500 Rand. George says by the end of this year, he'll be on 11. Happy to take 11,000 Rand a month from us after 2 years of working here. All right. Well, then we got Zacchaeus here from Mpumalanga. I don't have to look at him. I get a bit blinded when I do. I can feel the heat of his shirt burning into the back of my shirt at the moment. He's a mover and shaker. He's been with us for 7 months, but his team tell me he's only really been active for 3.5 months since Christmas. And over the course of the 3.5 months to when we pull these numbers, he created a channel that's now worth 7,500 Rand a month. In 3.5 months, he definitely missed my presentation because I said it's 6 months to 2,500 Rand a month. And he did 7.5 in 3.5 months. You see, the tool is yours. You decide what you want to do with it, how much time and energy you're going to put into it. That's your decision. That's not our decision here at DuePoint. And the more time and energy you put in, the more result it creates. What does this business look like after 2 years? We've not been here for 5 minutes. This is not a here today, gone tomorrow business. What does this business look like after 2 years? I said you should reasonably expect to be on about 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. Do you remember that? All right. Well, Rulif and Marsha, they own their own business. They are very busy. I'm always fighting with them for more time on DuePoint, which they can't give me because all their time is being sucked up by other things. But over the course of 2 years, they've built themselves a channel worth 33,914 Rand a month. All right. That's not too bad. 350,000 Rand a year, extra pocket money. Do you think you could go on a decent holiday once a year for 350,000 Rand? Do you think you can settle your bond on your house or pay off your cars with that? They can do this. This is their additional income in our system. Go to YouTube. Have a look. All the testimonies that we've got filmed there. People earning a couple hundred Rand a month. People earning a couple thousand Rand a month. Others earning tens of thousands of Rand. Some earning 60, 70, 80, 100,000 Rand a month. We've got them all there. Go and look at how they're using the tool in their each unique and own ways to create wealth for themselves. Not money in a month, but wealth every month through the DuePoint system. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is DuePoint. Everything you need to know about us is there. Everything I tell you from this point forward is just cherries on the cake. If you want to become somebody that creates wealth for themselves, it's very easy. You go to our website, DuePoint.net, click the apply button, fill out the application form, no money having passed from your hands. And you are a wealth engineer this evening and can start building your channel tonight with us. If you're serious, get the tools. The memory stick, 170 Rand, there it is up there. It's got our presentation on it. Backup batteries for your phones. Your phones are all dying. I know every presentation I joke by saying you're on 6 or 7%, but everyone always looks rather guilty because I think their phone is on 6 or 7%. When someone's trying to fill the application form out on your phone, you don't want the battery to die. So get the battery. Get the business cards, custom made for you. It's a 5,000 Rand set that we get you for 645 Rand because we have leverage in this economy. We get you 500 custom-made business cards for you for 645 Rand, and you are connecting individuals in the DuePoint system. Go and take a look. Everything's in our glass cabinet. Prices are on the counter. Order them at info@DuePoint.net. They don't make us money, believe you me. They make you money, so get the tools. Guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the heart of this business. Everything that we are is online. These bricks and paint is just our recording studio. That's all it is. Every day we record our content here. You do not ever need to be here. Everything you need is on your phone because everything is online. Subscribe. It's free to subscribe. No excuses about data. I was fighting with the guys on Saturday. It's 2018. It's not 1998. It's 2018. Cut out the alcohol, cut out the fast food, buy 300 to 500 Rands worth of data, and you are good to go in building lifetime wealth. You've got to start investing in yourself. You can't start using data as an excuse anymore. We're going to hit 2050, and people are going to still say, no, I'm before computers. It's not acceptable anymore. Okay, we've got to get on top of this now. All right, guys, if you can, download our app. It's free onto your tablets, your phones, wherever you are connecting people with. Put it on your phone or your tablet. It connects you straight into your channel with us here in real time. In real time, you can see what's going on. Your training is there. Click the tools button. You'll find all of your training in order. Watch it. Please watch it. It will show you how different this business is and how powerful this mechanism is we've created for you. All your personal documentation is there, and your details are all on that app. Guys, we've just launched our notification service on our app. Please note that SMSs are going to be phased out by the end of this month. No more SMSs. If you like sharing the live link with everybody, every day you'll get the live link in the notification on your app. So make sure you've got the app, and you simply push the share button at the bottom, and you can share it out via every means. SMS, WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. The button will be there. You can share it out. Make sure that you are following the notifications in there. We've got automatic trigger notifications as well to help you engage with the app and work through it more effectively. Make sure you're on it before the end of this month because the SMSs are going to stop at the end of this month. Guys, over the long weekend, we learned it last week that you all vanish, and there's no point me standing up here and talking to the chairs. So as a result, there'll be no presentations from Friday through to Tuesday. Our next presentation will be on next week, Wednesday, after this week, Thursday night, okay? Now, this does not mean that you have been disconnected from DuePoint. DuePoint, remember, is 365 days a year. We, on that YouTube, I will stand behind the camera on YouTube all weekend for you. All right. Any minute of the day you click play and you'll be connecting people. Now, why do you want to be connecting people? Well, one would imagine taking 4 days to create wealth for yourself is a good enough incentive, but we add a few more incentives to you. Every month we run wealth quests, guys. Wealth quests get you set up faster and get you sustainable quicker in our DuePoint system. They have different criteria every month, and everybody who completes the criteria of these wealth quests gets rewarded with tools. This month's wealth quest is our Young Guns quest. What you've got to do for it is you've got to find 2 people under the age of 30, so 18 to 29, get them in your channel, get them qualified. How do you get them qualified? They've got to put 3 people in, and everybody's got to be paid by the end of April. If you can do that, you can pick from one of 3 tools. 5,000 Rand in cash. Otherwise, your very own giant smart LED TV, not for watching movies on, for watching the DuePoint presentation on, okay? And or your very own Apple iPad. You can peel it out the plastic. Not a Fong Kong Voda tablet. No, no. It's an Apple iPad that you get with it. And you can pick either one of those. If you can find 2 people under the age of 30 and get them qualified before the end of this month and paid. All right. Rank 4s and above. We're running our 90-day challenge at the moment. If you're aspiring to do it, which I hope you all are, there's 25,000 Rand cash in for every rank 4 that's able to put 5 new rank 2s into their channel by the end of May this month. 25,000 Rand in cash. And then for those of you who want to get this weekend pumping, which I'm hoping it's every one of you, we've got our 10 out of 10 challenge that we are running for the next 10 days. Started yesterday on Sunday, so you're already 48 hours down. You've got 8 days left. If you can put 10 people into your channel in 10 days and have them all paid by the 14th of May, there's another 5,000 Rand cash in it. You add all of those up, there's 35,000 Rand in cash on the table at the moment for everybody. Now, my big question again is, and I bleed this one. Long weekends, everybody stops. And what they do, it means that they're spending money the whole weekend. So it means that they're actually poorer at the end of the long weekend than they were at the beginning of the long weekend. They've traveled, they've eaten, they've drunk, they've bought things, and there ain't no money left. Or at DuePoint, we can flip it and say, we've got 4 full days to be building wealth for ourselves. You can end the weekend richer than you started it if you apply yourselves to the DuePoint system this weekend. I'm hoping everybody does. We've got all the cash on the table, all the incentive in the world for you guys to be building your channels this weekend. So make it rain this weekend, especially if you're going to Cape Town. Right, Tuesday night. We've got Tell Tuesday, that's tomorrow night. We're going to get a fresh new batch of people from around the country. Like I said, on this stage, you cannot afford to miss it. It's the most powerful evening of every month. We only do it once a month. And tomorrow night, as usual, is going to be amazing. We've got some incredible stories that are coming out tomorrow night, and we want you guys to be there with us. Bring your guests, bring your channel, bring your wealth engineers. If you're around the country, tune in live, 6:30. We go live tomorrow night. Make sure you've got rooms full of people getting ready to watch how people are changing their lives at DuePoint. It is awesome. 6:30 tomorrow night. Guys, we know you don't know how to do this business always, and so we teach you from the ground up through our XP Rewards training program. We take your hand and we train you from beginner to expert. As you complete steps in our program, we award you with what is called XP points, experience points. They're not worth anything. They are simply a measure of your experience with us here at DuePoint. As you become more experienced, naturally, your channel will grow. When your channel grows and you meet the criteria of size and experience, we rank you up in this program, and we start to reward you when we rank you up. In the beginning, it's a little bit of cash. As you get a little bit more mature and a little bit bigger, so does the cash start getting a little bit more serious. At rank 5, we start to reward you with tools that are going to accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported lightning memory stick from the United States of America. It comes filled with our downloads, presentations, testimonies, tools, everything you need to connect individuals to DuePoint. At rank 7, we give you a 12,500 Rand set of imported business cards, custom made for you, gold gilded, gold printed, the finest in the country hands down. I'm willing to debate anybody on that. Go and take a look in our glass cabinet outside there and take a look at what a 12,500 Rand business card looks like, and know that that is how you will be connecting individuals to DuePoint. And then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you maintain your channel size with us, we take you and your family away on a 1-week trip, all expenses paid, 5-star business class, every year for the rest of your life, if you're able to maintain your channel size with us. Now, I get again 2 different reactions. Some people go, no, I was with you, Brendan, until this, and then it became ridiculous. No, it's not ridiculous. What we're building here is economic solution. South Africans have lost both ends. They've lost lifestyle and they've lost wealth in our economy. And we're building both of those back up. And then I have other people who say to me, Brendan, this is awesome. I'm so excited. Let's do it right now. And I have to say, but guys, you guys are all rank 0. There's a long way to go to rank 9. A long way to go. Don't get excited about this. This is not why we do DuePoint. This is cherries on the cake. We know that the journey is long and hard in creating wealth. Your wealth is created through the returns program. That is why you do DuePoint, the returns. This is to reward those who put the time and energy and effort in. And you don't pay for things. This is not one of those things where you've got to pay for the air ticket, so you end up in a pool full of Americans, or you have to pay for the transfer or the food and drinks when you're there. No. This is all expenses paid from your door back to your door, because you've worked for it, because you've earned it, and because you've put the time in. For those that do, and do reach rank 9, this is where we go every December of every year.
Yeah, it looks all right. Looks all right. People get excited about it. We're happy for people to get excited about it. It's part of the lifestyle change we want to bring to South Africans. But it is going to take you time. If you do 3 + 2,
which we discussed earlier, which you don't have to do. You can do 100 plus 100 or 1 plus 1, like we showed you, or 0 plus 0. We get that too. If you do 3 plus 2, it's going to take you 19 months to go rank 9. 19 months. So don't get all excited and then get all disappointed at the end of the year when you don't make it. Unless you say, no, I got 9 months, I can get there. What's the record to rank 9? 5 months. 5 months to get somebody there. This chap here, rank 9 in 5 months. You can get there if you want. You will decide the input that you put into this tool. If you don't make it this year, don't quit. This is an accumulating system. It's not competitions. You're not winning. You earn rank 9, and you earn it on every year's accumulated growth. You don't start at 0 in January every year. Whatever you do this year, that's what you start on next year, and so on and so on. So we guarantee that everybody who keeps working will get to rank 9, and everybody who stops won't. Those are only 2 guarantees we give at DuePoint. Folks, at rank 11, we give you another very powerful tool. It's your own car. It's not branded. It is not financed through us. We don't rent it to you. We don't give it to you and then take it away because your production's fallen off. No, it's your car. And our expectation is that you will use it to build your freedom here with us at DuePoint. So I think that you can see 2 things. One, that we are nothing like anything else you have seen in the country because we intended to be that. And 2, that we are very serious about what we are doing here at DuePoint. We have poured tens of millions of rands of capital into this business. We've brought the best people in the industry together to make sure that we have something that will change South Africans' lives. If you've got questions and concerns, that's completely natural. Come and ask the people who brought you here those questions, or my staff or myself. Get them answered. But don't walk out of here tonight without this tool in your hands. Make a decision that can change everything for you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to see you all outside, and thanks for all of you who've tuned in live tonight.